Be excited. It's going to show up in just a second.
It says it's streaming live.
Oh, it's now streaming. Yo, what's going on? We made it, YouTube. Yo, so I'm excited for this one. All right, am I the only one that's excited? Hold on. It's going to show up and boom, turned off that. Okay, Heather McConaughey, how are you, friend?
Amazing.
Where are you right now?
In Austin, Texas.
Did you have the vegan tacos there? I hear they're pretty good.
The vegan tacos are really good, but the vegan gluten-free chocolate chip cookies are even better.
Oh, I remember those. So if you're watching this, we're doing this live right now, and let us know in the comments if you like vegan food, okay? And by like vegan food, that you're like an angry vegan like me, okay? Because it's a joke.
When they're vegan, like if I eat vegan, I poop like 5 times a day.
Yeah, it's good for you. It's called detox.
Okay.
Yeah. So in this video, I'm excited because Heather is actually one of my clients. She started working with me, what was it, 4 or 5 months ago now?
September 25th.
Oh, but who's counting? Okay. Which is exactly 1, 2, 3, 4 months as of this recording. And so what we're going to talk about today is Heather brought up a question with me the other day. I'm going to let her say it, but in context, I want you to remember like the way in which you phrase that question, because we're going to dive into the 3 systems you need to create in your business with how you spend your time to grow it. So let's do a little bit of live coaching. Are you ready, Heather?
I'm ready. I'm so ready.
All right. And if we see questions come through, go ahead and comment them below and we'll get to them here towards the end. All right, let's go, Heather.
I'm ready.
What was your question for me?
Okay.
Go ahead.
So my question was, as I'm growing my business, I'm getting busier and I find myself pulled in so many directions. Like it's tax season. I'm trying to get my expenses done for my accountant. It's I'm trying to create content for Instagram and program all my content out for the next month and write all of my posts. I'm trying to coach my clients. I'm trying to create modules and resources for them. I'm trying to get on sales calls. And so I find myself just like,
Wow.
And then I'm trying to like have a life too, like work out, like see my friends, like travel, like do my chores, like, be an adult.
Right. Be a normal human being. Yes. So what exactly is your question then? Those are all the things you're trying to juggle. What's your question?
So how do I best spend my time as I scale and grow my business? So I'm going from entrepreneur to CEO. So how do I strategically spend my time? What do I spend my time on? Where should I be prioritizing my time?
Yeah.
And how much time should I be spending on each thing? And what should I be doing to make my days efficient, productive?
Cool. So just for context for the viewers here, and I see some comments starting to roll through. What's going on? Sammy, he's an Academy member as well. What's going on, bro? Patrick. Oh, bro, thank you. You're awesome right back. We'll keep it going here. So for context, Heather, when you started with the Academy, you were not full-time in an online coaching business, right? Business was still new to you at that time, right?
Correct. I was working part-time as a nurse, which was 2 12-hour shifts a week. So I usually had about 4 to 5 days a week to work on my business. Okay.
And so you were generating how much a month in your online coaching business before you joined?
Before I joined WCA, I was making around $1,400 roughly.
Okay. So you're making $1,400. So at that time, it didn't make sense to have a team, and it didn't make sense to think about what are all the systems to put in place to scale. It was just like, how do I go full time in this? Yeah. So Heather, over the last few months, you've grown your business to where now your business generates over $10,000 a month, right?
January was just a $15K month.
Whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
And you got to that level within 2 months. So like from when you started the Academy, is that right?
Yeah. My first month in the Academy, I made $4,500, which was still
just awesome.
Incredible to me.
Yeah.
Right? Tripled what I had been doing. My second month in the Academy, I made $17,000, which was surreal to me. And then the third month, I think I made about
gains.
I made about 9K. So it evened out to roughly 30K in 2 months.
Yeah. And December is a tough month in the fitness industry typically. So that's totally normal, fitness and health industry. So now you're never going to run out of problems in business as you're growing. That's the good thing about business is like, if you're out of problems, your business is dead. Like it's gone. But you're now experiencing a different kind of problem now that you've grown to. What do I focus on that allows me to get to the next level?
Right.
And so the way that I answer this question is, and typically when a business owner is at 15K or 20K a month, they can't work any harder and cause their business to grow. You can't get to a 15K or 20K a month business without working very hard. It takes a lot of effort and energy and focus to get there. But to get to the next level, you have to work differently. Okay. There is, write this down, there is working hard, and then there is working smart. And working smart is the type of work which says, how do I do this better, more efficiently, with less effort in the future? Gains?
Major gains.
Major gains, right? Okay, good. So there's only 3 primary areas that you need to spend your time on. Once you get to that full-time level, that 6-figure earning level, you're at the level right now that I call the wealthy level. Okay. And wealthy simply means that you have freedom of how you spend your time. You're able to like basically live the lifestyle that you want for the most part.
Hawaii next week to work.
You're going to Hawaii. Come on, you're traveling, hanging out in Hawaii for a week. No big deal. All right.
Anywhere.
But in order for you to get to what I call the legacy level, which is where you see your business running without you spending your time, it's making an impact without you needing to show up to work. You need to work differently. You need to replace some of what you're doing. Now, at this stage, there's, again, 3 things. The first thing, which is what keeps your business alive, is what I call the maintenance. It's the maintenance. You have a machine. Let's say you have a car. Like when you buy a car, you're not just like, buying the car one time. You're continuing to invest time and money on keeping that car running at a high level. Otherwise, if you don't maintain it or put energy towards that, what happens to the car?
It breaks.
It breaks down. It breaks. That's exactly right.
Your oil regularly? Is that something I should be doing?
Yes. I actually didn't change my oil once a couple of years ago, and my engine fried because it ran out of oil even. So don't be like I was. Okay, do maintenance on the car. So it's the same way with your business. If you don't provide maintenance to your business or perform those maintenance activities, your business will fail too. These are things like generating leads.
Yes.
Okay. The way that you generate leads is you create helpful informational content on your social media platforms, and then you start conversations with people who could transform their life working with you, potential clients. It's what we call the messenger process. Also things like sales calls or coaching your clients on the back end after they already enroll. These are things that are your maintenance activities of your business. If you stop doing these activities right now, Heather, at this stage that your business is in now, your business will fail because nothing will happen.
Right.
I mean,
nothing
right?
Happens.
What's that?
Nothing happens right now without me doing it.
Without you. Yes. Without you hustling and showing up. And so that's great because it's a job that you've chosen. It's a job that you created, but it's still a job because you need to show up to work the machine. Okay. So now in the next section, after you perform those maintenance tasks, we want to think about what are the ways that we spend our time doing a little bit less of that and allow ourselves to get more what I call leverage.
Okay.
Write this down. Leverage is the answer. Leverage is the answer. I'm looking for those comments coming in, questions on how this works or is applied once you have them. Cool. We're going to talk about how to focus your time in your business, whether you're just starting out or scaling like Heather is now doing. The second area of your business that you want to focus on is you want to start thinking, how do I replace myself? The replacement activities. This is where you think about right now in your business, Heather. You're the one that's creating all the content, having all the conversations with potential people in Messenger or IG or in person or whatever. And then you're also the person on the sales calls. What we need to think about is what is taking the most of your time right now, and then how can we train somebody else to do that? Okay. So in the span of a given week, what do you spend the most time on?
I would say the way it has been, I've spent the most time on my coaching calls with clients because I've done one-on-one coaching calls.
Yep.
So that was taking probably 12 hours of my time a week.
Yep.
really more because I had to prepare for the calls and like review their diaries and like check their weight and their progress photos. So like just doing that's probably 15 to, I don't know, 18 hours a week.
15 hours a week, 15 or 18 hours a week, just doing the coaching calls,
Right.
which I'm sure you love. Like you enjoy the actual coaching.
Yes, but I've noticed that it's been getting draining to me. And
Yes.
like, I want to move to group coaching because I'm
Yep.
like, wow, this is like not scalable. Like I can't
Right.
scale one-on-one coaching.
No. And plus, you're not able to serve the number of people that is really in your heart to serve.
Right.
Just doing one-on-one coaching. Absolutely. So the simplest way that you move from one-to-one to group is, first of all, you tell people that you're going to have a group call each week instead of one-on-one calls. And here's what I always say. There's a lot of coaches which are afraid to move to a group coaching format because they feel like their clients aren't going to get the same level of support that they would get in one-on-one. And really the reason why they became a coach is to provide the greatest level of support that they can to their people. But what I find is that my clients, when I moved to a group coaching format, actually got better results than when I was doing one-to-one. The reason why is because, first of all, they're interacting much more with each other, supporting one another, even when I'm not around. Okay. And I set up the culture for that in the Facebook groups. I would have them set up calls with one another to hold each other accountable to their goals. But then also, I find that when one client asks a question in a group, often it's the question of every other client. And so people find that their questions that they didn't even know they had are being answered in advance by it happening within a group format. Does this make sense?
Yeah, totally.
Finally, and this is the best part of it, is that when you set up group coaching right, the correct way, and you encourage your clients that have already learned from you to lead and support those that are new with you, what happens is the clients that are your veterans, those that have been with you a little bit of time, they start supporting those that are just brand new, and they actually learn the material better through supporting other people with it. You've done this in our academy. You've been there supporting, offering value every single day, trying to give back what you've learned to support the other people. And as a result, you're actually learning the material at a deeper level.
Totally.
So you've experienced this personally, right?
And it's satisfying for me as a participant to be able to contribute to others.
Yes.
And I can imagine that my like clients would feel they would get access to that fulfillment by being able to support each other.
Yes. Yes. And so you have this gift that you've experienced yourself. Why not give it to your clients too? Allow them this opportunity.
Okay.
Yep.
The clients that I currently have in one-on-one coaching, would you give them the option? Like, I feel like I sold them a package and I promised them one-on-one. So I feel like I would be reneging on my word if I just changed it. So like, would you give them the option of like moving into group coaching? And then if they don't want that, just keep them one-on-one. How would you handle that?
Good question. Good question. So what I would do is I would ask my clients, I would say this to them. I would say, what I want to do right now is I want to transition this over to a group style coaching format, because the truth is I actually think it'll be more valuable to you in this new format.
Okay.
However, if you feel that you're not getting the level of support within this new format that's actually better than what you have been getting, I'm totally open to going back to doing those one-on-one calls the way that we were doing before.
I love that.
So this way you're not taking anything. In fact, you're offering them the opportunity to gain more value.
Okay.
Does this make sense?
Yeah, no, that's super helpful because I wasn't quite sure how to phrase it.
Yep.
Because my priority is always serving my clients and respecting them and taking care of them. So I never want to leave them with any other experience than like being totally taken care of.
Exactly. Now, of course, with new clients that you bring in, this is how your program is structured. It's not one-on-one. But for your current
somebody Monday and she's in group coaching, like
right.
one-on-one even a conversation. So
perfect. And so what you'll find though is that a lot of your clients will go through this new process and they'll be like, I actually like it more.
Okay.
I actually think it's better. I'm feeling more supported, feeling more connected doing it this way.
And it's
Isn't
social,
that cool?
like hang out with everybody like online. That's been my experience with group coaching. I look forward to it because it's like I feel like I'm hanging out with my friends.
Yep, you are.
Yeah.
And so going back along with how you replace yourself within your business, you will find that as your clients support the other people within your group, they actually become the people who do the coaching that you would otherwise be doing.
Okay.
They're better off as a result of it.
Cool. So it's a
Gains,
win-win.
right? What's that?
It's a win-win for everybody.
It's win for everybody. Yes. And this is leadership, is you set up the culture the right way, and then your clients will support one another and everyone's better off. Then when it goes to your interview calls, people that are applying to work with you, you can again replace that level of your conversation, that part of your work, because that's several hours each week that you're spending there.
Yes.
And then also the time that you spend in conversations with potential clients.
Okay.
Is ways that you can replace yourself. And also here, when it comes to the time that you're spending with clients, you can also take the route of recording modules, presentations, teaching points that you've done. Have you been doing that as well?
Yeah, so I already have modules. I have a course on Thinkific. I probably have
Perfect.
about 7 to 8 hours of material that I have them work through.
Perfect. Gains. And so you can keep, whenever you see a client asking a question continually, that's always an opportunity for a resource, whether it's an audio recording of you just speaking in your phone saying something, or doing a video like this, recording it for your clients. Anytime there's a question, there's an opportunity for a resource, particularly if you hear that question more than once.
You recommend doing like a module and a PDF for it? Like, am I going to overwhelm people with a bunch of resources? Like, should I just keep it simple, or is like more options better for teaching them?
So I think if you have a general topic that needs a whole breakdown through it, that requires a module. But if it's just like a specific question, then that can either be a PDF or an audio resource.
Okay, cool. Like if I could just do like a 5 to 10 minute audio recording.
Yep.
Okay.
And that's what I'm finding for myself. It's easy for me to just bust out an audio and then just get it posted on our membership site for all of our stuff. Yeah, it's just like, here's the answer to the question, boom, there you have it. People like audio more and more these days. Particularly, I know you work with a lot of high performers or like entrepreneurial women and stuff like that. Like they like audio. They tend to like it.
Yeah. Well, they're busy. And what I'm finding is like clients will be like, yeah, I'm listening to your modules at the office, or I'm listening to them at work. And I'm realizing they probably don't need to see as much that I'm putting on the screen as just like hear it.
Yes. Yes, exactly. Cool. And then the final area of your business that you want to spend your time on as we start to wrap up here, get close to it, is areas of growth. Okay. Areas of growth. These are activities that allow you to grow your audience. These are things where you partner with other people, where say you do an appearance on a podcast, or build a relationship with someone that does have a podcast or has a YouTube channel with a following, where you could do, or with another person on Instagram, where you could post their content on your page, they could post your content on their page, and then you grow together.
Okay.
This is collaborations. So the purpose of these types of activities and spending time on it is because great relationships make business easier with time. This is why I spent time developing relationships with people like Lewis Howes, where I didn't ask him for anything. I just wanted to give to him. I tried to set him up with podcast guests for his show. I did workouts with him, for him, training him at his apartment complex. It's not because I wanted anything from Lewis. I just knew that if I had a relationship with someone like him, then it could only lead to somewhere good for me in the future. So this is why I also, with fitness influencers or other coaching influencers or blogging influencers, I'm always thinking, how do I spend time with them, support them, help them? Because it can only lead to something good for me.
Is creating content for Instagram, is that like a maintenance activity, or is that a growth activity?
It's a maintenance activity, unless you're creating a piece of content which has like the focus of going viral. Okay. Like, for example, you can look at pieces of content which go viral on the explore page. You can just see what is like getting much more attention than anything else, and then start thinking, how can I craft content that's like this?
Okay. That's helpful. I never thought to do that.
Yep, exactly. So I do that sometimes. I'll look at the explore page. I'm like, what are people liking? What are people enjoying here? Now the explore page is customized to a certain person's preferences. Any Instagram account has a different explore page, but you can still go through there. And particularly if you follow and like accounts that do content similar to yours, that are bigger than yours, it'll give you a good idea of what content to focus on.
Okay, great.
Isn't that great?
So great. Major gains.
So much gains.
2018 is going to be off the hook.
Come on, girl. Come on. All right. Any other questions that you have, Heather, on these three different areas? It's first the area of maintenance. Number two, the area of replacing yourself. And then number three is the area of growth. Do you have any questions on these three?
I would just like a percentage, like breakdown of like how much percent of my day do you think I should be spending on each of these activities?
Good question. So when you're in the beginning phases, you're spending like 95% of your time on maintenance. And as you grow, or 75.
75? Okay.
No, wait. No, I'm saying in the beginning, like when you're just starting your business, you're spending 95% there, just trying to be full-time. But as you grow, just know that the percentage that you want to spend towards maintenance needs to be progressively going down.
Okay.
So that right now within my business, I spend virtually no time on maintenance because I've replaced myself within those activities. But at the stage where you're at, you'll probably spend about 40% of your time on maintenance.
Okay.
You probably spend 30% of your time on systems replacement, and then 30% of your time on growth.
Okay, so 30% on systems and scaling, or okay, and then 30% on growth.
Growth activities, yeah. And if you need to figure out which one to spend more time on between those two, focus on right now systems, replacing yourself with systems.
And can you say a little bit more what that means? Because I don't really understand. Does that mean I have to hire a robot to be me?
No, it doesn't. For one thing, let's say we're talking about your sales process, okay, and you wanted to have someone take over doing your interview calls for you. What it might look like to focus on the system of that is actually getting on the phone with a potential person for your team that's already, let's say you've already found someone that you want to do your sales. Train them by walking them through your script, how you actually use your script.
Okay.
And then record that training.
Okay.
When you record that training, not only will it help this person that you're actually training, but let's say you bring on another salesperson in the future, they can just review the same training. So it's creating resources that will support you, not having to train a person over and over again. Another thing you could do, a simple way, is literally just record the sales calls that you're already doing.
How do I do that?
There's an app called Tape a Call.
Tape a Call?
Tape a Call, TAPEACALL.
Okay.
And you can merge a call that you're on with that app, and then it records it. Now you want to get permission, of course, from the person on the other line, but yeah, you can use that as a resource as well.
Yeah, because I would love to have some of my sales calls recorded. Because the area that I'm strong at, and so I feel like I could teach people to replace me on those. I don't need to be doing all of the sales calls all the time.
Yes, exactly. So does that help thinking about what you do to replace yourself?
Yes, definitely. And I hired a messenger person this week.
Cool.
And I created some PDFs over the weekend for her. Like I screenshot a bunch of like messages that I did that were successful in converting not only into a 10-minute call, but actually converting into a sale. And so I created a couple PDFs for her, and I want to do some more things like that. So
brilliant. And the time that you spend with her training her, just record those resources also. Record that time together that you have.
Okay. Is there a place that you, like when you're training employees, that you house all of that material? Like, do you use a site like Kajabi or Thinkific, or just use
Dropbox? I just use Dropbox. I have different folders, and I'll say for salespeople, here's your sales training folder.
Okay. So I could just use Dropbox folders to organize their trainings.
Yep. And Dropbox is my saving grace. It's $10 a month, and I can basically fill it with resources for my clients. Didn't have a membership site for most of the time that I've been a coach. For the first like 18 months, I just used Dropbox. Wow. Like I wasn't using a membership site until we were doing like $100,000 a month. Like for the most of that time, it was just a Dropbox folder that had everything.
Cool. I never thought to do that. See, this is why I get so many amazing ideas when I talk to you. You taught me about how to create custom colors on Instagram.
Boom. Instagram stories. Yep. Awesome.
Great.
Well, Heather, thank you for being here with me for this episode of the Sterling Griffin Coaching Show.
Amazing.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, if you have questions about how to apply this in your business, or if you'd like to apply to be my next guest on the show, comment below. Let me know that you'd like to be on here. We'll do some live coaching. It'll be super fun. But Heather, thank you for being here. So happy to see you succeed even more than you already have.
Thank you for everything that you've done for me, because I never would have thought that I would be at this place in my business so quickly. I was able to quit my job, and I wake up every day and I'm like, oh my God, I don't have to go to the hospital and take care of people that like don't want my help, and I don't have to clean up poop anymore.
Yep.
Thank you.
You're so welcome.
Freed me from a life of cleaning up feces.
Wow. I'm going to get emotional. Freed you. Well,
No, I can live my passion now and make the impact I actually want to make. And like, one of my clients finished her 12 weeks yesterday, and she told me that she's like, the thing you give people, Heather, is hope. That it's not always going to be this way. Hope that I can change. And she's like, that's the greatest gift of all. Yes. And I was just like, oh my God, I'm gonna start crying. Like, I'm doing work that's truly fulfilling, and I can make an impact now that I just couldn't before, the way I was doing things. So
you're so welcome. So it's my pleasure and joy to serve you, for real. All right, squad. I will see you. You'll be at the live event in just a couple of weeks. We're gonna hang out.
I'm so excited. Dance parties.
Oh yeah, in Los Angeles. Wealthy Coach Live, February 22nd to 24th. Boom. Boom. Love you, superstar. Peace.
Love.
Peace, love, and gains, baby.
Okay.